Yay!
Greetings from Storybrooke. Okay. We're gonna start again. We're gonna start clean for the podcast. The video listeners are getting the preview.
We both bopped, and as soon as the little thing went ting, we both went.
Okay, here we're gonna start clean. Greetings from Storybrooke. I'm Bill Meeks,
And I'm Anne-Marie DeSimone.
and this is gorgeous. I mean enchanting. I mean, I love you. We also talk about ABC's hit series Once Upon a Time. How you doing, Anne-Marie?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
We're back.
We're back. We're alive.
I know, and we're live too. If people are listening to the podcast, they might not realize
kind of missed the liveness, but you should come back next week.
we're on video. One of our goals for this season of Greetings is we're going to try to stream live on YouTube or Google Hangouts and YouTube every time we do an episode, which means we have to get dressed. I have to shave, kind of. I shave my neck beard anyway. And neck beard. And another one of the things that we're going to try and do this year is, if you guys remember last year on our Wonderland podcast, we did a lot of guests. We did a guest pretty much every week, usually a listener, sometimes someone in the geek community or the once community. And we're going to do that again for this show, like every episode. Besides
that's the goal, other than this one.
Yeah,
that's because we're doing the announcing of the guests now. So hey, you want to be a guest?
Yeah. If you want to be a guest, we'll have the link in our show notes at greetingsfromstorybrooke.com too. But it's bit.ly/beyondgreetings. That's bit.ly/beyondgreetings, and you'll go and there's a little sign up form. I'll show it to you, video listeners, just to show you the cool capabilities we have here.
He's really excited about this. I'm not gonna
See, look, here's the form. You put in your name, email, Skype handle, or Google profile, how you want to be contacted, and if you're available Monday nights at 8:30 p.m. EST, which is generally when we record the live streamed podcast thing that you're currently listening to.
Or watching.
One or the other.
Or doing something.
Yeah. But we also definitely want to take a second to thank Sebastian for making our new album art. If you just noticed that,
if you haven't seen it, you need to go stare at it because it's fantastic.
Yeah, right now the Frozen version is up, but if you go to our Facebook at facebook.com/greetings from Storybrooke, both versions are up there. The one that we'll be reverting back to after the Frozen storyline is over. Yes. But speaking of the Frozen storyline, I think we're 3 minutes in. We just need to get in here and talk about this episode. Because this was a very, very intense, amazing episode. Do you want to build a snowman, Anne-Marie?
I do.
Okay, well, I can't let you build a snowman because we don't have any snow. But how about you read the episode summary and then we'll get started talking about the episode. Sorry, we can't build a snowman.
Okay. After 3 months, our show's been unfrozen. Regina's upset at the girl Robin's chosen. Elsa takes a walk lasting almost an hour, creating a monster that makes Emma cower. The mirror returns to do the queen's bidding. If love is a battlefield, Regina loves winning. The writers get meta with the hat in the book. Elsa seeks out Gold's shop and the necklace he took. But Rumple's too busy being Belle's mister, all in the premiere of A Tale of Two Sisters.
You know, one of the sad things...
I have so missed those rhymes, and I used to despise them.
I feel like I nailed it right out of the park.
I think...
Yeah. The one thing that's bad about us streaming is that those get kind of spoiled for the live viewers. Speaking of...
Why is that spoiled?
Because I put that in as the episode description.
Oh.
So they get
I'm sure they figured that out by now.
Yeah. Plus they're like the hardcore listeners too. So
part of the podcast.
Exactly. A couple of them I seen here in the live chat listening. Elizabeth, Patty, and me. And
you were in here?
Bobby,
that is hilarious.
Bobby, Hope, and Amy also had things in here that they were going to be watching. I don't know if they are or not. If you are, hello. Okay, so overall, Anne-Marie, what did you think of the episode?
Cheers to you, Once Upon a Time.
Cheers.
You
liked it?
Yeah, that's a good thing. If it was bad, it would be to you. But it was not. It was cheers.
Go to heck, Once Upon a Time.
No, going to heck. Going to snow.
I thought I was... for the audio listeners, I shook my fist in the air. I thought I was going to hit the camera for a second. That would have
been bad and expensive.
Yeah, but pretty good episode overall.
Great episode.
I was a little uneven on it, but the rewatches really helped me with it.
Yeah,
for sure. I put out on Twitter last night. You know, I thought like the big action sequence with the snowman. it just felt kind of plugged in there and weird. And I thought kind of the main plot of all of the main one's characters was a little lacking because they wanted to get the Frozen stuff so right. But I mean, in a sense, they had to do that.
They had to establish it.
Yeah.
And I think they did a really good balance. Personally, I could have done with some more charming.
I'm sure there was a lot of pressure from above for them to get it right too.
Right away.
Because there was just like even like you could feel a shift in production quality between the Frozen flashbacks
the snowman
and the modern
was
stuff.
Pretty darn good.
Oh no, I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm just saying like the general feel of like even just not the special effects scenes, just the scenes in between individual actors and stuff like that. You could tell that they had rehearsed the Frozen stuff more. Like it felt tighter. And I think if anything, the main one stuff suffered for the Frozen stuff. But I think they definitely had to get it right if they were going to continue on this season dealing with the Frozen story.
Yeah, I'll go with the fact that those were probably a little bit more rehearsed. I'll also go with that was the first time most of these actors have been on the show. AKA all of them. So they're really trying to prove themselves, and they're playing these now very iconic characters.
Yeah.
Also, we know that first scene with Anna for Comic-Con, so I'm sure, there was a lot of pressure behind getting that one right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It was the Comic-Con clip.
It was their big coming out party.
Yeah, basically, it was a party.
But speaking of iconic stuff, I guess we should probably start with one of the most iconic icons ever to appear.
Iconic icons.
Iconic icons. That might be the name of the episode.
No, no, it won't.
No, to ever appear on Once Upon a Time, and that's the hat of the Sorcerer's Apprentice. Which was pretty insane. And that's actually not my first point here, but we should still talk about it.
Well, see, you started it.
I did.
You pulled it out.
It's totally fine, though, because it kind of ties in here. In the last 10 minutes, two big things happen. One, the Sorcerer's Apprentice hat shows up. And two, sorry, let me collect my thoughts here. Breathe. Yes, Regina starts her mission to go find the writer of the book. And this is a really big, important thing because Regina the scientist, she theorizes that the person who wrote this book can rewrite it to give her and the other villains of the show a happy ending.
Does she not realize that the book rewrites itself as things change?
I don't know if or does it? Maybe the person who wrote it does the rewriting.
But it was because the book went blank when Emma took it back with her.
Well, that's more of a Back to the Future. The picture, he fades out of the picture when
same book.
No, but it's because she was changing the timeline.
Oh,
that those events disappeared from history.
Yeah.
It's just like in Back to the Future, how he carries that picture. Marty McFly carries that picture of him and his brother and sister around. And the more he gets in between him and his mom or his mom and dad getting together, the more kids fade from the picture.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing.
Okay.
But I thought it was kind of interesting that it was very meta too, because, if I was Regina and I came out into the real world and I sat down and watched Once Upon a Time, I would be upset that I had been written as the villain so much too, and been kind of shown in a bad light in many situations.
Many.
I would call up Adam and Eddie and ask for a rewrite, and that's Regina's plot this year.
Basically, she's yelling at the writers. That's awesome.
But this is something we've been speculating on the past 2 years. Our podcast has been around, which incidentally, yesterday was the 2-year anniversary of episode 0.
Happy anniversary!
Happy anniversary! We high-fived for the audio listeners. But
are we really going to tell them everything we do? Because that's going to be really boring for the video listeners, watchers. What do we call them?
Maybe we should do sign language for the video listeners.
This is my sign language. Hi.
Okay. A lot of people have been speculating about the writer of who wrote the book. Since season 1, people have been wondering that. There's a couple possibilities that, we've thrown out before. The few I could think of off the top of my head that haven't come up before are the fairies. The fairies could have been behind it. Or some people were speculating maybe the dragon. It was the person who wrote the book and planted it in Storybrooke.
I love the dragon.
Do you have any ideas besides this big one I have up here?
The top one?
The top one.
Nah.
No, okay. And this is one that has been kind of floating around the internet too. Yen Sid, which is the dark sorcerer from the Sorcerer's Apprentice cartoon from Fantasia.
I should probably rewatch that, huh?
Possibly, especially since it's going to come into play so much here.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, really, there's not too much of a plot to it. Mickey gets a magic hat and makes some brooms.
And that's really all I
Dance
remember
around.
is lots of
Yeah.
music, lots of dancing, and being really, really bored as a little kid.
Well, because no dialogue and all that
There
kind
was
of stuff. Yeah.
no.
But Yen Sid, a couple reasons that comes to mind. One, and I think Michael Lucero, our listener Michael Lucero, might have mentioned this in his email that we ended up cutting. Sorry, Michael.
Sorry.
But it might have been. It could have been Disney, might have been the writer, and it might have not been Michael Lucero who mentioned that. Come to think of it, someone mentioned that maybe Walt Disney himself was the writer. I don't think they're going to do that.
I don't think Walt Disney wrote this book.
If it's played by Tom Hanks, though, I'd be completely down for that. But Yen Sid, the sorcerer from The Sorcerer's Apprentice, he's been known to be kind of symbolic for Disney, you know, in specifically Disney's relationship with Mickey Mouse and kind of like the creator of everything. And actually his name, Yen Sid, is an anagram for Disney.
No, it's Disney backwards, and it's an anagram for the next point.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's Disney backwards. And then it's
I like
also
to correct him. Did you guys know that?
Yes.
It's really fun for me.
Now you can watch her in HD. For the audio listeners, I pointed to the I gestured to the camera.
Stop that.
Okay, yeah, but another thing I thought was kind of interesting about this theory is that Yen Sid is also an anagram of Sydney, aka Sydney Glass, the character who came back this episode, and is also known to be a very powerful genie.
Yes.
So I think with the hat coming in and everything else, I really think that Yen Sid might end up being like the big reveal. Now, as far as Regina's plan, I really like that Emma gave her the idea for it in that scene in the doorway.
Yeah, the frozen scene
and everything. And I did think it was kind of weird though that now for Regina the book is everything. Where before the
book was nothing.
Yeah, it was more of like a issue she had with Henry than it was any sort of like big plot device or plot point or anything. It was a big mystery sitting there for the audience, but as far as the characters were concerned, it was there for informational purposes. It was there for a reference.
It was, but she also didn't really she wanted to veer him away from it because it could have led him to figuring everything out like he did.
Yeah.
So I think that was really more that. I don't think it was ever not important.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's definitely always had a lot of plot power. I don't think it's necessarily had a lot of power within the story or potential to change the story as it was presented in this episode.
She's gripping at straws. She's like, something will make me happy.
She's like, I can't bring myself to be as evil as I was.
I don't want to kill her. I don't even go back in time and kill her now. I just want things to change.
I need to rewrite Adam and Eddie.
Basically.
But
this is the Regina reboot.
Something I just wanted to mention real quick before we move on to your point. Is just that this whole concept of finding the writer, Regina searching for a rewrite, all this very meta plot line that we're going to get this season, put me in mind of something from Fables, which we've mentioned many times. It's a comic book series with a very similar premise, fairy tale characters transported to the modern day. There was a series called Jack of Fables. And it was like the meta Fables. It was like kind of the commentary on the Fables universe kind of thing. I tweeted earlier today because I was thinking about it that Fables didn't just break the fourth wall. They went ahead and blew down the other three walls for good measure. It was very meta. And there were a group of characters called the Literals, which were basically a group of characters that represented various literary devices. And there were, I think, 3 special ones that actually wrote the actions and adventures of all the fairy tale characters. So I just if you want to look at the wiki for the Literals and Jack of Fables, I put the link in the show notes at greetingsfromstorybrooke.com. But very, very interesting direction they're going here. You had a point here?
I did have a point. Okay, Elsa, I already have continuity issues with the first episode. She's leaving the barn. She has 1 glove on her right hand and no glove on her left hand. By the time she gets to the road, she has 0 gloves. These gloves are very important to Elsa. What happened?
Maybe she just tossed one behind her so she could find her way back.
No. That's all she has to do is follow the ice. If she's going back, and she's not going back.
Follow the ice.
Follow the ice, Elsa. No.
By the way, Hope says we have beautiful faces.
Yes,
Thank
I know.
You,
I
Hope.
saw that. Yeah. Hi. Yeah, no, that's an issue because the gloves are what help her keep her power under control.
Yeah.
And I think one of them
Yeah,
actually
something
did.
we should mention is that Anne-Marie's our point man on Frozen mythology here, because I half watched the movie
Once.
Last spring, and I haven't watched it since, and I figured we'd keep it that way so I can be the voice of the ignorant.
Yes, and every once in a while I like to pretend I know something about something. So this is my something. No, but I'm pretty sure, and I probably, please correct me if I'm wrong since we actually have viewers.
Yes.
When she came out of the goo or ice or water or whatever, I feel like one of her gloves fell off when she like shot ice.
Well, didn't she do like the dramatic like peel off the glove and throw it like in the season finale?
No, she shot ice. Like that's all. That's what she did. But I think it like shot the glove off. Is what I'm half remembering. I did rewatch it. I just don't remember. I didn't retain. But that's why it really bothers me that she doesn't have one, especially because immediately after, as soon as she's to the road, she's like, Storybrooke. Her, and her hands started to turn icy and all that good stuff. Aha! I knew Hope would correct me.
I know she was talking about Jack of Fables. Patty says maybe she puts it in her pocket.
She doesn't have a pocket. She's in a ball gown. A very tight-fitting ball gown. But anyway, so that was one thing that really bothered me.
That's fair.
That was fair. Just because they were so important. And actually, again, I'm just going to pull out all my Frozen knowledge in one episode, apparently. When she reveals her power to everybody other than her, Anna, who doesn't remember anymore because the trolls got rid of her memory. It's because Anna basically grabs her glove, takes it off, and Elsa tries to stop her, and that's when her powers appear because they're ungloved. Yeah. So anyway, there you go. Backstory for everyone who's not seen Frozen.
Okay, well, you know what? Let's keep on this tact of addressing all the Frozen call-ins and tiebacks and whatnot and wherefore.
Aha! I was right.
There were a lot of story points or kind of parallels between the original Anna and Elsa story from Frozen and the current Emma Regina storyline going on, you know, in modern day. Although, by the way, they said present day right at the beginning, but didn't they make a big point in interviews?
I think it's
that it was like before the release of Frozen.
Right. It has to be because if you timeline
the present day in terms of what we like.
Of what we have come to accept as being present day. Because I think it was sorry.
Oh no, it's okay.
I think it was like spring
2013, something like that. It was before the first trailer for Frozen was to come out, which would be the current time in the Once universe.
Yeah. Anyway, continue.
Okay. Anyway, there were a lot of parallels between Frozen, Once Upon a Time, Emma and Regina, Anna, Elsa, and BuzzFeed came up with a really good. They like their animated GIFs over there. A really good breakdown of all the visual similarities that we'll run down here through for a minute. And I'm going to let Anne-Marie take point on this.
Are you? Okay, so I should open that link.
Yeah, well, here, it's right up here on my screen, and we're showing it to the audience.
I can't read that far away. Okay. I'm on the glasses train tonight, can't you tell? Okay, so the first one, they basically, the back and forth, they just really copied a lot of the scenes with the styling and the presentation, the blocking, the hat, costuming. Yes. Anna is appropriately awkward and adorable. Yes. I think I saw somebody actually posted, I don't think it's in this article, somewhere on the internet that the actress who plays Anna actually kind of sounds like
Kristen Bell.
Thank you.
I think we have some of that in our feedback.
Oh, is that in our feedback?
Yeah.
That may be where I read it because I actually read the feedback this week.
Here, I got down here. This is where it really gets interesting. A lot of like the shot composition is exactly the same. Like you'll see here, our video listeners, you can get the link to this BuzzFeed article at greetingsfromstorybrooke.com.
True story.
But Anna, Elsa is standing in the foreground the way Regina is when Emma is talking to her in front of Granny's diner. Of course, the door shot that everybody caught except for me because I'd forgotten about it. But even then, just like the running through the hallway when Regina's going to get Sydney from the hospital, and Regina sitting there crying in front of the door, a la Elsa in the original movie. I thought that was pretty cool. Did you notice anything else as far as like parallels between their stories at all?
Not too much, but I wasn't really looking for them. As weird as that sounds, it's normally like our special. Yes, I know.
By the way, as far as the glove controversy, Hope adds in our comments, boobs are pockets for girls.
As does Patty.
Yeah, Patty agrees.
She stuffed it in her bra.
I like having the live audience. That's fun.
It's so weird. It's cool, but it's weird. Okay, what was next? Was that me?
Yes.
Yes, because I enjoy it with his allusion to Frozen is the main story. Anything Anne-Marie adds here, my note was BuzzFeed pretty much covered it.
Yeah, pretty much that article. Just that article.
I'm actually surprised that you didn't put this on here. I don't feel like the scene with Rumple and the graveyard was really that great. And I know everybody was oohing and ahhing and like fawning over it.
I thought its existence was great.
Yes.
I don't think the content was that great.
Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner.
I think what happened was they were planning on playing out a dark plot with Rumple all season where, he has the real dagger and he's hiding it from Belle and there's this, that, and the other. And they changed their mind.
12 seconds later.
So they needed a scene to get Rumple to realize that he was making the bad call there and he needed to switch things back up.
But then he went backwards again anyway.
Did he though?
Yes.
Like how so?
He pulled the real dagger back out again to make the thing come to life.
Yeah, but I don't think he's planning on keeping it or anything. I think he was just using it as a tool.
Yeah, he was using it as a tool, but have we ever known him to put it down when it's working?
This is true.
It's accomplishing something. He's not going to just put it down.
I don't know. I think that scene in the graveyard was there, if nothing else, to kind of put that criticism to rest almost. Not to shoot down your point, but to shoot down your point.
But
because
to completely tell you.
No, but I think it was there to say that Rumple's intention is to be upfront with Belle at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree. The scene wasn't that great.
So then he froze her for what reason?
So he could, again,
thou shalt not freeze your wife.
He should have been upfront with her about the mistake and been like, hey, hey, my bad. It was a fake dagger. Hey,
sorry.
Here you go. Let's dance to the song.
Take both. That's what he needs to do at some point. Take both.
But Rumple, then how will I know that these aren't both fake? What if you still have the real one then?
Yeah,
that was my Belle impression.
That was a horrid Belle impression.
Okay.
Absolutely horrible. Okay, so let's just continue on here.
Okay, yeah, but Belle and Rumple finally got their honeymoon after waiting all summer.
All summer, aka 12 hours.
Now, this house that she found that no one had claimed.
Yes.
What the heck? Where did it come from?
I think it was on an Elsa's house.
You think it was on an Elsa's house?
They say it came over with the last curse.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't really know exactly when she found it.
Yeah.
Again, timelines are wibbly wobbly.
See, I have a theory.
Oh, let's hear it.
My theory is that it's the Dark One's castle. It's like the cursed version of the Dark One's castle that came over, which explains why the hat's there, because he had the hat on a shelf in his castle in a previous episode, I believe, or in the shop or something. I know it was seen in Rumple's possession in a previous episode, and I could be wrong. So then,
where's Thor's hammer?
Where's Thor's hammer? I think Henry has it. Henry is the only one worthy
of Thor's hammer.
No, actually, it was Gus, but then they killed him. Rip Gus. No, but I think it's plus a lot of the design and the layout of the house reminded me of Rumple's castle.
Okay,
the Dark
I could see that. I could see that. It was just the way how it happened to appear right as we were getting all this Frozen stuff, and we had just seen the house, and I thought that it may have I don't know. The thingy, the box.
I do like that Storybrooke is the kind of place though where you can just go out for a walk. Oh, there's a house. Doesn't seem like anyone lives there, even though it's full of stuff. It's mine now.
No one claimed it. No one licked it. So yeah.
What did you think of the dance?
Well, the dance proper, I loved. I oohed, I awed, I fawned. The snapping was so dumb.
See, I kind of liked it.
Of course you did.
I thought it was romantic.
It was romantic.
Yeah.
Don't go snapping for people.
No, he wasn't snapping for people. He was snapping things into existence. That's a big
that was still not cute.
But okay.
He was like, "Oh, look, I can do magic." As if you had no idea I can do magic.
Okay, so the presentation got your guff, but overall you liked the dance.
Yeah, I love the dance.
I thought it was perfect. I thought it was perfect. Like, I think if they had let it go on any longer or hunt on any moment, if they had hunt on any moment any longer, that it would have been overkill and it would have been cheesy and it would have been too much. But as it was
was
totally
just enough.
it was totally made for squeeze, and it got squeezed from everybody. So I think it was very effective, and any more would have been overkill, and it was pretty much perfect.
See, and I read somewhere, again, this is probably in our feedback because that's where I retain things from.
Hey, Elizabeth liked my Belle impersonation, by the way. I
Elizabeth.
get live feedback on my voices now.
No. This is me scolding the audience. No. What was I saying? Oh, no, I read somewhere that they felt that they actually got gypped because it was so short.
Oh, yeah. I think that's coming up in feedback.
Again, with the feedback. Again, I don't retain.
That's fair.
I remember the point, not the person. Sorry.
Yeah, there were people on both sides of the fences. I thought personally it was perfect.
It was just enough.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, by the way, for our audio listeners and our video listeners, generally when I'm like, okay, it's probably time for us to move on. He to just sort of
points at me.
Yeah, I pointed at Anne-Marie, so you'll see that.
And then you'll see me go, oh wait, where's my doc?
Exactly, because she's on Facebook checking out what you guys are saying.
Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus.
Bobby agrees with me. I'm guessing on the house.
All of you, step it. Where's Team Anne-Marie? Where is Team Anne-Marie? No Team Bill Meeks.
Hashtag Team Bill Meeks.
Okay, so Sydney Glass.
Sydney.
What is with wanting to kill Marion so bad and being really upset that he can't?
I don't know.
How do you want me to kill her, my queen?
Well, I think he's always been just all about doing whatever Regina wants.
No, because he did not want back in that glass.
Oh, that's very true.
No!
I felt so bad for him because he was finally going to be kind of autonomous with his memories in Storybrooke, back out of the mirror. No, she throws him right back in there. I don't think she's planning on letting him out anytime soon either.
No, not at all now. That's for sure. Yeah, but he just seemed really mad. He's like, okay, how do I kill her? What do I do? What do I do? You can't kill her. It'll come back to me.
Yeah, going back to his whole name being an anagram for what was the exact name? Yen Sid, the sorcerer. Maybe he's playing the long con. Maybe he's maneuvering himself into a position to where he can reveal himself as Yen Sid. Maybe
possible.
Definitely.
It's totes possible.
But I always just feel so bad for him because he's just a doormat when it comes to Regina.
He really is.
And he's such a nice guy too. Like his origin episode was awesome.
I know.
And he just loved her.
He loved her.
He was willing to kill for her. It's romantic,
He's continuing to offer to kill for her.
Yes.
So
even when she doesn't want him to.
Yeah. She's like, come on, let me kill somebody.
Okay. Bye, Hope. Hope's leaving the chat.
Deuces.
Okay. The next point. We have an official name for the Enchanted Forest now. Oh, first it was FTL, Fairy Tale Land. Then it was the Enchanted Forest. Now we have an official name that ties it in with the whole Frozen verse and everything. Misthaven. I thought I would point it out. That's an interesting name.
I like your note. Misthaven. So that's a new thing.
That's a thing that happened. So any thoughts on that or anything? I know I'm never going to be able to call it that because I'm going to be thinking of the other two names we already have for it. I still have a hard time calling it the Enchanted Forest because I'm used to Fairy Tale Land.
Because to us, it's Fairy Tale Land.
Yeah.
But no, Enchanted Forest is like, Chicago. It's a city. It's something proper, which is strange because it seems to encompass many, many, many different kingdoms.
Well, I guess if you're going to go like that.
Maybe it's the U.S.
Then Enchanted Forest is the Big Apple and then Misthaven is New York City kind of thing. Or Manhattan or whatever.
No. Okay, anyway.
No, because Misthaven is like the proper name for it that the world knows that region as. But the Enchanted Forest is the locals' nickname for it. It's what people there call it. Yeah. Gotcha. Your brainwaves are receiving in there? Okay?
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
I'm good now.
Excellent.
So, Elsa, way to be very judgy of Kristoff. Like so judgy. She's like, I'm not concerned about Sven. I'm concerned about the groom.
I know somebody else who is a little judgy of Kristoff.
Not me. I like Kristoff.
Oh, I thought you didn't like it. You're like the actor.
The actor's not really that great.
You like the character.
I like the character. I feel like the actor is a little too svelte.
Well, he reminded me of kind of like I guess it fits the character and everything. But he reminded me of I think Sam Huntington, who played Jimmy Olsen in Superman Returns. I know, just like
there
that.
is always a Superman reference.
There has to be.
No,
there absolutely has to be. But that's who he reminded me of. Like he had that same kind of look. Yeah, I think he's on actually. To tie it back into once, he's on the American version of Being Human, which Michael Socha was on the UK version. There, we're back in Once Land.
Side note, if you look on the thing, there's a couple of Team Anne Marie's rocking.
Oh, boo!
Team Anne Marie, but I like it. Well, Team Anne Marie is here. We just agree with Bill in one point. I'm okay with that then. That's fine.
That makes me sad.
Also, thanks for the blog shout out. Yay! No, you're probably not here anymore.
Team Bill Meeks.
No Team Bill Meeks. Team Anne Marie.
Yeah, but one point you have here that I'm going to steal and talk about is just Anna completely cancels her wedding.
And Christoph was fine with it.
Yeah, he's like, no, she'll be back.
She's good. We're good. She went for frosting.
It'll be
she
fine.
went for frosting.
I'm sure there's no real planning involved in a wedding.
No, which in the previous scene, when Elsa's like, don't you need to go plan your wedding? She's like, my wedding's tomorrow. If I haven't planned, I've horribly miscalculated. But instead, you're going to go on a 2-week adventure, which obviously turns into more than 2 weeks.
Obviously.
Because, well, we're still looking for you.
Speaking of obviously what's going to happen, I had a couple quick predictions here that I just wanted to throw out there.
Okay.
A short-term one and a long-term one.
All right, make it happen.
Okay, my short-term one is that the way Elsa got in that bottle is she's going to be captured by Rumple while trying to save Anna.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably pretty obvious. I'm sure I'm not blowing any minds there.
Right, no.
My long-term, I think, is going to blow minds. I think this will wrap up by the end of the half season. I think Marion and Robin are going to realize that they're different people now, and they're going to break up amicably, and Robin's going to go off with Regina, and Marion's going to support it and be happy for them. That's my theory.
What about the baby?
What about the split custody?
I don't really feel like that's a Misthaven thing. That's
Really?
right. I'm trying to use it. Misthaven.
Well, they are in Storybrooke now.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, Marion doesn't even have
Normal
modern clothes yet. I
like,
doubt she's going to be able to navigate the legal system.
Is there a team? Fine, Amy. There can be a team both.
Yay! But that's my long-term prediction is that Robin and Marion are, because I kind of just got the feeling when Robin showed up at Regina's that he was like, you know what? I'm actually way more engaged with you, but I feel bad because she was my wife and I thought she was
I took a vow. Hold on, I wrote it. Something about a vow. Where? Hold, please. My vow remains.
Please hold for the notes, please.
My feelings are real, but Marion is my wife. My vow remains. And then one slow, sad tear down Regina's face.
Yes.
So
okay.
Sad. So, one last final point. Because all of that. The boat in the beginning. Just me, or did that look exactly like the Jolly Roger upstairs and downstairs?
That's not just you. I completely agree.
That was the exact same boat. We spent a lot of time on that boat in the past 2 seasons.
Yes, I know that boat inside and out.
Like, that's the thing. Like, come on, guys. A coat of paint? Hang a drape?
Reverse the film so it looks
something would have been nice.
Now watch, it's probably not the exact boat at all, and we're just completely off base, but I think it is.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the same boat.
Someone research that for us. So now we have live people.
Someone do our work for us, please.
So someone correct us live instead of emailing us tomorrow morning.
or in an hour when it posts. Yes, Elizabeth, I agree.
What does Elizabeth...
She said that I saw a pic of Hans with the vase. What if he traps her? I have opinions on that. But now we've already crossed into spoiler land. So spoiler alert.
Well, I think people probably knew.
Yeah, they kind of knew.
Yeah.
So here's what I kind of think happens, because it's already been hinted that Hans and his brothers are still lurking, and that is why Amy. She's like, yay! Christopher Lloyd would make a good Jensen. Okay, must stop looking at the internet. No, so I think that because she's gonna kind of get weak as soon as Anna's gone, and I think as soon as they realize that Anna is gone, which means Elsa is weak, they can capture her in a way. Like, they are going to be the ones who somehow put her in the vase.
Yeah.
Excuse me, because they want to take over the kingdom. He wanted to take over the kingdom before. That's why he tried to kill Elsa before.
Yeah, and that completely, ties in with his through line and stuff too. What did you think overall about the before we get to the arbitrary scale, the continuation of the Frozen story as a big Frozen fan?
I actually thought it was really good.
You thought it made sense?
It all completely
entirely?
made sense. I know that they're really trying to stay strong with the with the timelines.
Yeah.
Which, thank you, Adam and Eddie, because timelines are the bane of my existence. No, I think it was done really well.
Wait, was there an implication in the film that the parents were going somewhere other than the?
Oh, you want to get into that?
Well, just briefly.
Okay, no, in the wedding or in the movie, they're actually no, it doesn't say where they're going.
Well, I believe it's that they're going to some sort of gathering or celebration or party or something.
Right.
Like that.
They just had to go, which I don't know why they didn't take Anna and Elsa with them.
Yeah.
In the movie, it's not that this story completely makes sense, but obviously Elsa has interpreted it wrong.
Yeah.
So they're looking for a cure, which leads me to believe they're going to see Rumple, because who else is going to be able to do a cure of some sort?
And there's still like an X factor piece of information we have here. What was on the letter in the bottle, right?
Right. We have no idea what that is, which is probably her writing. This is where we were going.
Don't go find Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah.
Or go find Rumpelstiltskin.
Right. It's going to be something like that.
Okay. Well, Anne-Marie.
Oh, okay.
The time has come.
I'm done talking now. Okay, fine.
No, but I told you I wanted to try and keep the discussion tight. Arbitrary scale. If you guys aren't familiar with our podcast,
it costs a lot of money to rent the boat. Ow.
But if you aren't familiar with our podcast, generally the way we wrap up our discussion is we do an arbitrary scale. Arbitrary in both in objects and numbers. Completely arbitrary.
Completely random.
So I think for this week, Anne-Marie, out of 134 assets from Disney Animation trivia, the amount of assets Disney Animation gave the Once people for this episode. How many assets of from Disney Animation would you give?
What?
Animation assets.
What's
They had
a
lot of 3D models from Frozen in this episode.
Okay.
An animation asset is a 3D.
Give me a number.
File. 134. Out of 134 Disney Animation assets.
130.
130.
And a confused look.
Why?
Because it was awesome. Like, I think this is one episode that really does benefit from a second or third watch through. It's good initially. Remember, stop looking at the internet. It's really good initially because, or at least coming in knowing the stories, but I can completely appreciate how you needed to watch it 2 times, 3 times to completely absorb it properly, and not hate Marshmallow, which shout out to Marshmallow. You were done really well. So really good. Obviously there's room for improvement. So ta-da. Now, what do you think out of 134 something or others?
Out of 134 assets from Disney Animation.
Yes, those.
Oh, yeah. By the way, Patty mentions, yes, William Shatner does watch Once Upon a Time.
Yes, like he's really all about it, too.
I'm going to give it 100 out of 134.
That's really low.
And it's mainly the same reasons I mentioned right up at the top of the episode. I thought that the main ones characters and main ones plot lines suffered for them trying to get Frozen just right. But at the same time, I understand why they did, why they had to.
Yes.
And I hope that won't be the case for the rest of the season. And I'm hopefully optimistic on that.
Hopefully optimistic.
Hopefully. And I was hoping people would jump in here with their ratings too. They didn't.
It's a slow catch up too, though.
Yeah,
guys, give us some ratings.
It is a bit of a lag.
Hook it up, y'all.
Maybe we'll look back.
I just y'alled. Someone get me out of Georgia.
But we'll go back and reference that in a little bit. But before we move on to the see if anyone else had a rating.
Oh, okay, much better.
But before we move on, we want to take a moment to thank Audible for sponsoring this week's episode of Greetings from Storybrooke.
Thank you, Audible.
If you guys don't know, Audible's a wonderful service where you go through and you set up a subscription where you get an audiobook a month. You pay one monthly fee and you get a free audiobook a month. A credit for an audiobook a month. And they have any audiobook you could possibly think of, anything from Stephen King to, I don't know, Grimm's fairy tales read by famous actors and actresses, all sorts of stuff, and you can play them on any device you want, on your iPhone,
your Windows phone,
like Rain wanted us to mention.
True story.
I don't have it in here.
I know, but I remembered it.
You
your
know,
Zune
your Zoom player, your Android
slightly
device,
bendy iPad or iPhone,
your laptop computer from college where the monitor is a separate piece from the keyboard. Anything. You can play Audible
You can
on
play
just
it
about
everywhere.
anything.
Can you get on the internet? Yep, you can play Audible.
And as part of their sponsorship of our show, they want to offer you guys a free 30-day trial to check it out.
That's you.
Yeah.
You right there. Free trial coming your way.
For our audio listeners, Anne-Marie's pointing at the camera.
I think they figured it out by the you there.
Very possible. No, but we always like to recommend a couple books here for you guys to check out with your free 30-day trial. And Anne-Marie, you had one here you wanted to mention as you die.
I typically try and choose something that's kind of relevant to this week's episode. So I decided to try and find something with Maid Marian. Of course, when you search for Maid Marian, you come up with Robin Hood. So this week I'm recommending The Merry Adventures of Robin Hood by Howard Pyle.
And this looks pretty good. It's read by David Thorne. And if you need to know the story of Robin Hood,
this would be your place to start. See, now you're dying. I'm sorry.
Start in Once Upon a Time. They start the story there.
Yes.
And as for me, you're going to see our doc here for a second. If you guys don't know, I write a series of book called Dog Boy Adventures about a 13-year-old superhero. Oh, well, now 14-year-old superhero named Bronson Black. And
happy birthday, Dog Boy.
Happy birthday, Dog Boy. And we just released the third book, Demon's Dare, out on Audible this week, read by Nathan Beatty. Really fun story, super hero, mystical, magical, follows his greatest foes into Curly World, an amusement park, and fights on roller coasters, faces all sorts of manner of
134 guys who were asked, they didn't pay attention to how much the scale was either.
The scale's 134.
They're like, how many? I don't understand. 80%. It's 134.
But it's okay. I wrote it. You should check it out.
Yes,
it's fun. Dog Boy Demon's Dare on Audible.
Yes.
Now, if you want to get your free 30-day trial for Audible, it's real simple. All you have to do is go to audibletrial.com/Storybrooke and go there, sign up. We'll get the credit for it, and you'll get your free 30-day trial with your free book. Again, that's audibletrial.com/Storybrooke for your free audiobook. And we want to thank Audible for sponsoring this week's episode of Greetings from Storybrooke. Thank you, Audible.
Excuse me. Do you have that thing that sort of like a mention of that thing that goes with our new logo? Do we have that mentioned anywhere?
What thing that goes with our new logo? Oh no, that's not yet.
That's not a thing.
There's
a thing coming.
Yeah, with the new logo, we are going to have T-shirts. They were not ready.
The T-shirts are the thing.
Yeah, they were not ready to go for this week's episode, but we will have mention of those shortly. And I know we already have some people interested. So with our new logo, it'll be fun.
So
but
fun.
Now on to the news. News. Okay, first up, as we always do, we go for the ratings, and TV Line got a little snarky here with some really good news, actually.
Yes.
So here, I'll just read straight from their story. Go figure. Once Upon a Time's decision to incorporate the busiest Disney characters, buzziest, Disney characters in a great while paid off in the ratings on Sunday night as the season 4 premiere, drawing 9.4 million total viewers and a 3.4 demo, surged 11 and 31% versus last year's opener. That marks Once's best numbers since November 4th, 2012. Trivia. The episode was Tallahassee. Infamously in Greetings from Storybrooke history as our first big Haterade episode
that we looked forward to and looked forward to and looked forward to
and then it just failed us completely. And actually, I don't think we've ever disliked an episode as much as we like Tallahassee.
Disliked Tallahassee.
Yes, exactly. But pretty cool. Good that Once has good numbers.
Once has good numbers.
Not a surprise necessarily.
No, it's not a surprise. We knew this was going to start way, way, way up. It's just a matter of how much the dip's going to be.
Did we get any people giving their ratings here?
Yes, we do. We have Bobby Hawk with 123 assets. We have Patty with a fine. I give it whatever equals 80%. And we have Amy P with 130.
Yeah, no one really got the animation assets scale. That's a shame.
No. So you should do this thing. It's called Don't Use Something Weird Like That Again.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, they have a promo for Whiteout here. We'll go ahead and take a look real quick. Sorry for blowing out your ears.
Okay, let's try that again.
Okay, let's try that again. Normally we would play this audio on the podcast, but we don't want YouTube to pull us down for
so we'll just talk over it.
Yeah, so we'll just talk over it.
So Elsa.
No
with
one
the
leaves this town. She's shutting everything down.
ice walls.
Ice walls. Elsa.
On a boat.
People are blocked from leaving Storybrooke again somehow.
Oh, goody. Well, as long as they keep
Interesting.
their memories.
And looks like Emma's
She's
lying in
like
the snow, dying, or in the
Mhm.
ice, dying. We get some
Whatever
old
it
school
takes.
Rumple, which I'm guessing will be in the flashback. But yeah,
it looks good.
it does look
It
very
looks really
good,
good.
at least from the promo.
130 out of 134. I thought it was good, but my theory. The Grandpappy is the Grandpappy, the writer of the book. And yes, Elizabeth, you can rate in snowflakes.
Mhm.
Um,
Can you read that more
yes,
exactly?
more legible or audibly.
Mm-hmm.
130 out of 134 Disney animated thingy. I thought it was good, but my theory is that Grandpappy is the writer of the book. I like that, Amy.
Grandpappy.
The Rock.
Oh, okay.
Grandpappy.
Okay, I got you.
See, we really need to get you up to date on this Frozen stuff.
Okay, now as far as next week's episode, Whiteout, a couple more things we wanted to mention about it. One, there were some photos that Once Upon a Spoiler posted on Facebook today, and charming with long, flowing, Fabio-esque locks.
Hideous.
I'm wondering why that is, how that is. Like, I don't understand it.
I don't know where
to be the evil charming twin. Is there
triplet? He's got to be a triplet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this the triplet? Is this he looks kind of mean.
He looks Rumple-esque, doesn't he?
A little bit.
Could he? Are we sure he's playing charming? I mean, I know he is charming, but could he be
maybe
playing
like a transformed
20-something
Rumple or
20-something Rumple?
20-something. I don't know. I think they would have Robert Carlyle just
No, he can't play a 20-something. I'm sorry.
You think?
You think he could?
I mean, I don't think he's that far off in the flashbacks they've had of him so far.
Really?
But yeah, we have that crazy charming picture, and then we have some more standard pictures of Anna, Elsa, all those people. You don't care about those
Elizabeth,
people.
you love Tallahassee?
She loved Tallahassee.
How does she still listen to us? I'm sorry.
Well, luckily she stuck it out, or either that or she came after our review of Tallahassee.
Don't go back and listen to it. It was bad.
Yeah, you can look at all those pictures through our show notes at Once Upon a Spoilers fan page. And finally, Amory, you want to read?
Sure.
We have an official synopsis for Whiteout.
So opening that would be wise. Yes. There's lots of things. Oh my. Okay. The top part of the bottom part or the middle part?
I would say just the top part.
Okay, just the bolded. All right.
Yeah.
Emma finds herself slowly freezing to death when Elsa traps her inside an ice cave. Well, isn't that pleasant? And in the Enchanted Forest or Mist Haven, which I'm adding that part, of the past, Anna tries to teach a meek David to fight Warlord Bo Peep. I'm sorry, Warlord Bo Peep.
Warlord Bo Peep.
Warlord Bo Peep.
Maybe that's the one. Maybe that's the triplet with the long hair.
No, because it says David.
Yeah, I know. It's a meek young David.
Young. So maybe that's teenage David.
Who is Meeks David?
A Meeks
He's
David.
related. He's my cousin in this
episode. Okay, so Warlord Bo Peep, which I will not get over that, who is threatening to take his and his mother's farm away if they don't pay her price on ABC's Once Upon a Time.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So I guess that tells us exactly what time period she's coming over. It's pre, him becoming the new fake prince and all that.
Yeah, that's early.
So yeah, very interesting.
Really though, Bo Peep?
Warlord Bo Peep.
Warlord
I kind of
Bo
like
Peep.
it.
Which kind of who's Ruth?
Ruth?
I don't know who Ruth is.
What do you mean?
I'm reading the guest starring. So we have Grumpy, who's probably just going to go run around, scream some more. We get Granny. We get Happy. We have Elsa. We have Anna. We have Bo Peep. Robin Weigert. I don't know who that is. Gabrielle Rose as Ruth. And Sean Owen Roberts as Ruffian.
Gabrielle Rose as Ruth. Hold on. I'm going to look it up here.
Maybe he's hiding. You mentioned the hair, but not. We mentioned the Warlord Bo Peep. We just hadn't gotten
Yeah, that was up there as you were talking about
it. I was like, I just went on about it. So that's just crazy.
Yeah, apparently a new character because
a couple of them.
Gabrielle doesn't have Once Upon a Time on her,
which means this is a
IMDb.
One shot.
So lastly, for our news, we just wanted to point out this video came out a day or two before the premiere, and it's basically just a run through of the costuming department for Once Upon a Time with
awesome.
What's his face, the guy who runs the costume.
The costume guy.
Yeah, the costume guy. You guys know his name. I don't have to tell you guys. You know. right? Oh yeah, but pretty interesting video. Anne Marie said she liked it. I didn't
watched
get a
it.
chance to watch
I mean,
it
it was
yet.
only a couple minutes long.
Mhm.
It actually left me really wanting more because with my theater background and everything, and it was actually the first I'd gotten to see an up close of Belle's costume, like the dress.
Yeah.
He's like, here's a sneak peek of episode 1, which we all knew that the dress was going to be in episode 1 anyway. But I mean, it was nice. He showed a couple like, this is the heaviest, this is this is that. But so is Pre Charming and Ruth is Charming's mom, but we've already had Charming's mom in another thing.
Oh, maybe I just mentioned that or missed that there in her IMDb.
Apparently reading.
We're working on the fly here, people.
We're winging it.
I am liking being able to
be
correct
corrected
people
immediately
on the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice. It's very nice. Yeah, but go ahead and take
go
that.
watch it. It's 3 minutes out of your life.
Yeah, you can find that
Eat your sandwich.
that link and all the other links we talked about in the show notes for this episode 93 at greetingsfromstorybrooke.com.
Episode 93.
I know we're almost
That's
at 100.
crazy.
It's nuts. Okay, now we'll go ahead and get into some listener feedback.
Okay.
As always, we say after you're done watching the episode on Sunday night, run to your computer.
Do not run.
In socks on a hardwood floor. And email us at greetingsfromstorybrooke@gmail.com. The Twitter's at GSStorybrooke. The Facebook is facebook.com/greetingsfromstorybrooke. And the voicemail number, which we almost always play, is 424-274-2352. Again, that's 424-274-2352. Thank you for
It's just fun.
talking along with me.
Yes.
I always say it in the same intonation.
You do,
too.
and that's why because that's how I've actually started to memorize it.
Nice.
Again, now I'm snapping, so that's fine.
Okay, but
God.
as per usual, our first voicemail this evening is from Bobby.
Our regular.
Bobby Hawk. Take it away, Bobby.
Hey, Bill and Anne-Marie, it's Bobby. As you guys know, I was a bit apprehensive going into the 4th season, concerned that they just might turn this into the Frozen TV show. But so far, so good. I thought they did a great job of introducing the Frozen characters and world to the Once world, especially Elsa and Sven. I thought Sven was great. And they did about the only thing they could do as far as making Elsa a villain by making her misunderstood, just like the movie. She thinks that the town has her sister or has done.
I'm just a queen whose intentions are good.
Welcome, Holly McMiller.
Dear Emma, please don't let me be misunderstood.
We really should stop singing on this
something with her sister. So, of course, she's going to do anything she can to get her back. And then the town, all they know is that some chick just brought a snow monster to town. And just like Anna said earlier in the episode, they answer a few questions, but leave us with a ton more questions to answer throughout the course of the first half of the season. Like,
as per usual,
just what happened to Anna? Where is she at? How did Elsa come to be in Rumpelstiltskin's vault in the first place? Who lived in that abandoned manor in the first place that Rumple and Belle are now in? Speaking of Rumple and Belle, how is he going to come clean to her, and how will she react when that happens?
Things that won't happen.
What's up with the Sorcerer's Apprentice hat? I'm sure Henry's going to be involved in some way. And of course, it's great to see the mirror back. And just what will Regina do now that she doesn't want to be evil? Just like Meatloaf, it seems that she will do anything for love, but she won't do that.
How many 80s, 90s songs are we going to reference in terms of that situation?
As many as is humanly possible.
Hopefully we'll get to see Will soon, now that we know he'll be on this show.
Next
and
episode.
I just can't wait to see how this all unravels.
Just finished watching the season.
Sorry. We'll get to you in a second.
There was a sneak preview of Woo.
Thank you very much, Bobby.
Thank you, Bobby,
for calling in. And we talked about what we thought about your message as it was going.
It was like you were here.
Yeah, and he's actually here.
Is he here
in the chat room? Isn't he? I thought I saw him in there.
Bobby? Yes, Bobby.
Yeah, I think Bobby's in there.
Hi, Bobby. Isn't it fun listening to yourself?
Howdy, Bobby. Okay,
Hi,
take it away, Woo.
Just finished watching the season 4 Once Upon a Time premiere on my TiVo. Overall, I thought the episode was really well done. I thought the introduction of the Arendelle Frozen characters was really well done. I like the fact that we're continuing right where Frozen the animated film left off. The character introductions of all the new characters didn't feel stilted or forced. One of the things that this premiere had over season 3, and even more so than in season 2, is that in both of those season premieres, it felt that the writers were really trying to force feed a lot of character development and storyline seeds for later on down the road, and it really didn't pay off well for them. everybody's performances and everybody's character motivations seem very realistic and very logical and genuine, which is another problem I have with season premieres of Once Upon a Time. Overall, I give this episode 6 of Leroy's Beers out of 6. And by the way, whose bright idea was it to have Sleepy of all dwarves, as the designated driver? I mean, come on. Sleepy, talk to you later, AMD and Belle, and have a good show. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Woo.
Yeah,
Yeah, really, who picked Sleepy as their DD? Because I wouldn't.
No one ever said that the dwarves were smart. They said that they were hardworking.
Well, I would
diligent.
imagine Doc is pretty smart.
Probably. Well, he's a doc.
He's a doc.
He's an MD, as we all know.
True story.
An M-Doc.
Small bits?
Oh, yeah, small bits. Since, we get so many communications from various listeners and whatnot. Sometimes, unfortunately, they get cut. We do always put the cut letters up on a special blog post on our site.
Let's not say always.
Most of the time. We did this week.
We did. There we go. We did this week.
Yeah. At greetingsfromstorybrooke.com, but I hate losing all of that content, so we did this a little towards the end of last year, but we're going to have small bits, just like basically something they said in each of the letters, just to start us off here in the letters, and we'll go back and forth on these, right. Okay? Do you want to start?
You can start.
Okay. Alina thinks that Henry will become the new owner of the hat since he's the product of light and dark magic, plus he has the heart of the truest believer.
Gail said she thought that the dance scene was way too short and she felt ripped off. Aha.
Ashley noticed some similarities to an episode of House of Mouse, the Halloween special, The House of Villains, and mentioned she's been loving our commentaries that we did over the summer. Thank you.
Holly thinks Regina will have issues keeping Sydney in check.
Michael thought the Frozen characters were pretty darn close to their movie counterparts.
And Patty sent us her pitch for a half season of Once. It's pretty good.
Yeah, go to the blog post at greetingsfromstorybrooke.com and check it out. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, and first up, we have a letter from the Mad Hobbit here. I'll go ahead and take it, Anne-Marie.
Okay.
I'm still not sure about Frozen coming to Storybrooke. I realized the film was extremely popular, even though I wasn't a particular fan. However, my favorite part of Once has always been the real world, and I'm just not seeing how they will fit in without unseating the old characters we already love. They seem a little bit too cartoony for the main story. And am I the only one who couldn't get their head around the fact that Anna took off for Misthaven the day before her wedding, and no one, not even her prospective groom, said, but the flowers are done and the cake will get stale. I've loved Once since day one, but I'm not sure about this. Hugs, the Mad Hobbit. Thank you, the Mad Hobbit. And yeah, there are some concerns there. And I picked this one because it was our only dissenting opinion, and I thought it was important to have that voice in here. To have the
balance.
Yeah, because everyone overall seems to have loved it. Actually, my opinion has probably been the most negative one I had heard up until the Mad Hobbit's letter, so I just wanted to throw it in there just for some contrast. And again, they're not necessarily completely down on it either. They're just like, I'm not sure if this is going to go well.
Right. Okay, while I read this one, I need you to pull up the picture that Bobby just posted to our Facebook.
Okay.
This is from Nicole, Bill, and Anne-Marie. I really enjoyed the premiere. I thought the Frozen things were done well. I was kind of dreading seeing Pappy, but I thought it looked good. And Sven, I would give this one 28 out of 30 half-frozen dwarf fans. Who lets Sleepy drive? Poor Sidney Glass. I have a feeling he'll be backstabbing Regina this season. I keep wanting her to let him back out of the mirror after he showed her the vision. Did she say it was temporary? Or she did say it was temporary. When will Regina learn that you can't win over love through nefarious means? As always, thanks so much for the podcast. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
That was Nicole, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And this is the one you were talking about.
This is the one I was talking about.
Okay, let me go ahead and share this here.
This needed
I'll zoom in a little bit.
Zoom in.
Yeah, that's a Christopher Lloyd from the Wishmaster, the Page Master, whatever, isn't it?
Sort of master.
The Macaulay Culkin movie. I think it is, but yeah. He would make Bobby says he would make a really good Yen Sid.
Designated dwarf.
And I completely and totally 100% agree. This picture is a really good indication of that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see here. Okay, Nicole's done. Okay, other Anne-Marie. Hi, Bill and Anne-Marie. We are back. I am ecstatic that Once is back. This first episode was set at a very nice pace, introduced Elsa and Anna while continuing some of the other storylines as well. Mm-hmm. One of the better season openers. She had a couple points here. Sydney was locked up by Regina and still wants to help her. I know he is under her spell, but you'd think he would have some sort of glitch.
I'm gonna think grudge.
Grudge. Yeah.
Autocorrect probably messed up that one.
And now he is put back in a mirror again. Will he ever learn? Probably not. I love that Grumpy had more than one line today. I loved his lines. Yeah, he basically just, we still have showing the doc.
We don't need to show the doc. Sorry.
But no, I loved how he just ran in. Oh, there's trouble. Oh, there's more trouble.
There's a giant snow monster attacking the town.
Exactly.
We're under attack.
And she wraps up with, out of 10 frozen cars, I give it 9 3 wheels because the episode was much better than I expected. Sometimes the hype over the summer is such a buildup that the first episode can be quite disappointing. I think Adam and Eddie keep a tight lid on quite a few things overall. Other Anne Marie. Thank you, Other Anne Marie.
And Amy points out that maybe Anna and Kristoff got secretly married before she left. And I can kind of believe that because Kristoff was pretty chill. He was like, all right, we got this. After the whole frosting and flowers
I'll just take care of my reindeer.
Okay,
cool.
So next is
from Elizabeth, who's in the chat.
Who's in the chat room, so I hope I do a good job. I love that we have a chat room. I normally write to you on Facebook, but I thought I would try email for once. So I watched the premiere episode last night, and oh my god, it was so good. My absolute favorite part was when Belle and Rumple danced to Tale as Old as Time from the Disney movie. I couldn't believe it. I was in shock. I never thought we would see them dance to their song, but there it was, and it was beautiful. I loved everything about this episode. Thank you for the music. It wasn't until I saw an article that I realized that thing was Sorcerer's Hat. Got you. Sorry, the music was distracting me.
It's fine.
I was watching the show going, what the heck is that? I love how the show can still amaze and surprise. I have no idea what Rumple can do with the Sorcerer's Hat, but I can't wait to find out. Oh, and just so you guys know, back in May, I said I didn't like the movie Frozen and that I thought it was overrated. Well, my heart has thawed, and watching the movie a second time has melted my heart. Can't wait to hear your thoughts on the episode and to watch and see how the rest of the season unfolds. Ta-ta!
She let her haterade go.
She did. She let the haterade go.
She did. Probably for the best.
Let it go.
We had to sing it one time.
I know.
Okay, if you want to run to your computer, socks, hardwood floors next week to let us know what you think about Whiteout. Whiteout is the name of the episode. Let us know. Yeah, I like that. Very nice. Greetings from Storybrooke@gmail.com. The Twitter's @GFStorybrooke. Facebook is facebook.com/greetingsfromstorybrooke. And the voicemail number is 424-274-2352. Again, that's 424-274-2352. And you can find the show notes for this episode at greetingsfromstorybrooke.com. Well, we're back.
We're back.
Back in the habit. 2
live episodes.
I know.
In a row. Score.
Yay.
Let's see if we can keep it up.
Hopefully. Okay, so Anne-Marie, where can people find you online?
You can find me on my personal Twitter at AMDSimone, but I'm usually over on my blog Twitter at CCHCblog.
By the way, Elizabeth said she loved how you read her email.
Score. How did you? We're on the same page, and
I know it's updating
significantly better.
And as for me, you can find me on Twitter at Bill Meeks, my Google Plus page, which you can follow me on Google Plus and get notifications about these when we go live and everything. Is google.com/plusbillmeeks. And you can get my writings, the Dogboy books, all that stuff at dogboyadventures.com. And yeah, I guess that's about it. Thank you everybody for joining in live while Anne-Marie dies.
Pardon me, I'm gonna die in the corner.
Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna run through and just give a list of names here people who came by tonight. Bobby, Amy, Holly, Ashley, Hope, Patty, Elizabeth, and Patrina, and those are just the ones we can see. I probably over the course of the evening, we've probably had about 10 or 12 live viewers, which is pretty good for not announcing it and not making it a thing.
It's now a thing, though, so put it on your calendar.
Yeah, usually around 8:30 p.m. on Monday nights, we'll be going live. So, EST.
So let's wrap this thing up.
Yeah. So how do we do that? Let's see.
I can't do it because it's your thing.
Yeah, it is my thing. Generally, we just kind of talk, and then I randomly say, "Until next time, greetings from Storybrooke."